Hi, my name is Jan Feller. I'm a German and Finnish binational. I've had the privilege to go to school, study, found own companies, and be employed in both countries, Germany and Finland. And right now, I'm the acting managing director of the German-Finnish Chamber of Commerce. I was headhunted in my current position. I'm right now acting managing director of the German-Finnish Chamber of Commerce. And to be honest, if it wouldn't have been through a headhunter, I probably would not have applied for this job, because nowadays I feel from a certain level onwards, using a headhunter is or an executive search company is the standard, and it would have given a somewhat amateurish picture if they would have looked for a position like this just by doing it themselves without external help. Work is one of the areas that is undergoing the biggest changes through digitalization and the advent of artificial intelligence, and we know that every single job will be impacted, from lawyers to doctors to nurses to carpenters, to everywhere. So and it's not only AI; it's general the increasing globalization, further increasing globalization. We all know that 20 years from now, the majority of the people will have more than one employer. We know that they will want to work from wherever they can, or from wherever they want. They will want to balance work life and family life, and as an employer, we have to give them the possibilities to do so. So it's huge changes in terms of how do we work, how do we communicate, what infrastructure do we offer, starting from, of course, tablets to carry on, and ending at virtual collaboration methods that make us feel that we are working together in the same room, even though we are kilometers apart. The future of business is digital, of course. It's already now digital. Artificial intelligence will play a major role, leading to totally new business models, leading to change in the type of work we do. We see things like, beyond that, we see things like smart building, the industrial Internet of Things, which is already now a reality, but which will undergo further changes. There'll be a change in the energy industry, where energy will fundamentally become free in maybe a decade or two, which then again will lead to different business models. There will be people all over the world who will have access to the work market, or labor market, who will be able to provide their expertise and their work from wherever they are, in Africa, in Asia, and we will have to either make use of that opportunity or then face companies that make use of that opportunity and have a competitive advantage with that. Yes, I think we need to change. HR needs to change, both on the regulatory side and on the business side. On the regulatory side, it needs to get much more flexible. There is so many labor regulations that are meant to protect the workforce, but that in fact are counterproductive and inhibiting people to work from where they want to work, and when they want to work, which would enable them to balance family life and work life, for example, much better, or would enable them to get more interesting jobs. So that is a big question mark, and also flexibility for small and medium-sized companies in terms of scaling up workforce and reducing workforce. It's a fact that in order to save a company, you sometimes need to reduce workforce as well. And it's also in the interest of everybody working there that that company still exists. And in Germany we have Kurzarbeit, as we call it, for example, which is you could say a part-time joblessness or unemployment, and that which has become increasingly easier at least to install in a company. And we know from a couple of companies, member companies, that only because of that flexibility have been able to save their company. So I think flexibility in all directions is what we need.